Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of A Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 3 Invitational Playoffs. Today we have ourselves a Dark World Conference Skullwoods Division Finals here between Team Kappa and the Phendrana Drifters. Today our matchup faces Oneup of Team Kappa versus Megawott of the Phendrana Drifters. I am one of your commentators today. I am Bandman25. I am joined here on comms by Lumaga. How are you doing on this cold evening?
It's certainly cold where I am, but it is getting spicy up in these playoffs. If you've been watching this series, we've got Team Kappa, which is the Season 2 runner-up, down 2-0 against the Phendrana Drifters. So this is win or go home for Oneup and Team Kappa.
Yeah, Phendrana Drifters was the only team to go undefeated here during the league. They've gone undefeated here in the playoffs so far, but granted, this is their first matchup here in the playoffs. Team Kappa had to make their way here into the division finals. They swept Tile Roomies 3-0 in the last round in the division semifinals. While Phendrana Drifters, they earned that 1 seed, and thus they had the bye here. And we are getting started here with this open courage matchup, starting with a sword here in Link's house.
Always great to find an early weapon, especially when you start with the Uncle route, as Oneup has. You could very quickly do a few checks in Hyrule Castle and go further down into even Zelda Cell, or if you're adventurous, Dark Cross.
Yeah, I saw 2 pendants here. I saw a blue pendant at Eastern. I saw a red pendant at Desert. And then I saw a 5-6 crystal up there at Tower of Hera. Interesting setup. This has actually been a common setup I've seen so far with 2 pendants in the Light World.
Yeah, so you know that there's going to be most of your dungeons here in the Dark World. Depending on what your last crystal is, you might need a medallion. You may or may not need a flute to get over to Mire. There's a lot that could happen with this kind of setup.
Yeah, most definitely so. And just to let you guys know, this is the courage matchup. Yes, it does say that we are in game 3 here, but this is being the courage matchup. Technically, this would be game 1, but because of timing and all that, usually the first 3 games here allow us to be able to get them anytime we need to. Game 4 and game 5, though, that's where we got to make sure that we get those in the right order here. So still seeing some diversion here. Oneup going here to the back of Escape, while it looks like Megawott making his way here to the South Shore. Looks like he's going to start here at the dam, and who knows where he'll go from there.
He did get a very good tree pull, got 8 bombs out of it. So he's going to take the south route, do the dam, and mini Moldorm, probably just going for density. And,
wow, Master Sword right there. Always nice to find that early Master Sword here, 2 minutes into this game. We did happen to find a map here in the front of Escape. Found a bug net here at the buried treasure here.
Yeah, bug net's one of those items where, you really got to assess. Are you comfortable going on a possible low percentage? You don't need safeties, or do you really want to pick up that for maybe a fairy or 2 later?
Yeah, Megawatt there did skip it here, using his sword beams here in Mini Moldorm Cave. Wow, 3 big 20s so far, a heart piece, and 50 rubies. So just a whole bunch of money here. While we did find a heart container and some bombs in the front of Escape, but nothing too exciting there. Just got a couple more items here in the back. Did not find a small key, so unfortunately we got to wait to find that glove before we can hit the back of Escape right now.
Yeah, and then we're getting an Ice Rod check over on Ice Rod Cave check on Megawatt's end. I mentioned going for density, and we did that with Mini Moldorm, but it looks like everybody is going to the east side of the map. Oneup going over to the Eastern Palace Saha area. Completely avoiding Kakariko.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. It always seems like everybody always wants to go to Kakariko first and South Shore, and then eventually we get here to the eastern area here. But ooh, half magic there in the Ice Rod Cave.
Very nice pickup. No use for it just yet. No other items, but there is a glove, so that's a good start. We could check the back of Escape now.
And that looks like that's where one of us possibly going here. Megawott, he did save and quit. Looks like he's going to take the south route here into Kakariko. Got plenty of bombs here, so he doesn't really need to worry about the 50-50 drops here. But
yeah, I guess taking the south route for Megawatt makes sense. He's already done Lost Woods. Just hit these South Kakariko checks as soon as you can and make your way north.
And I don't know if you saw that or not, but that was a powder there at the race game. Found our key and then a 20 rupees there in the back Escape, so we can go here for an item in Dark Cross.
Yep, yeah, there is definitely an item here. It is out of logic, though, without a lamp or a fire rod. So whatever it is, we'll just have to keep that in mind if it's progression or not.
Now, Megawatt deciding here that he wants to pick up that powder.
Imagine finding like the hammer here in Kakariko for Megawatt, and with that powder, you've got Magic Bat accessible to you pretty early.
Yeah, that would be a nice find here. Didn't quite see what we saw there on race game, or not race game, on the library.
I think that was just a shield.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like just a shield there in the library.
All right, so Oneup just kind of poking around in this Dark Cross area, lining up for the chest, gets a Quake Medallion.
Very nice find there in the Dark Cross. We'll have to see later if that's going to be required or not.
And if it is, Dark Cross is one of those checks that some runners will, either get it right away or they will just kind of ignore it. Hyrule Castle is not maybe a popular check to spend a whole lot of time in, so it'll be interesting to see where that Quake Medallion is needed.
Yeah, and one up here going straight here to Mini Moldorm Cave. Unfortunately, just going to find some money. Ooh, we find the flippers in the well. Ooh, the Moon Pearl. So there's our Dark World access. Blue mail and the boot.
Oh my goodness, this is loaded. This well.
So combined between the two runners, we do have our Dark World access here, but we still, Megawatt does not know where that glove is at there in the back of Saha's closet.
Not quite. We do need either one more glove or we need a hammer or a lamp to get through Aghanim.
Ooh, red mail there in Blind's Hut.
See, I knew it the whole time. It was Kakariko. So, yeah, we've got boots, flippers. You said Moon Pearl. Doesn't do us any good just yet, but it opens up quite a few just kind of one-off checks with those boots and flippers.
Yeah, so Megawatt, he did save and quit here. Possibly a lumberjack here, Lost Woods. Maybe up to the mountain. Or no, he's going to check Bonk Rocks first here.
Yeah, this is usually the first stop when you get boots is check this right after saving quitting from Sank. Just a heart piece today, and we got a desert play, or at least a desert area check for Oneup. So nothing on the ledge. We'll see what Agena has today. And actually, early boots, this is a good move by Megawatt, seeing if he's going to need to do Aga 1 in order to get an item on Lumberjack just looked like 10 arrows.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on my side. Wow, Oneup. Oh, speaking of hammer, there it is. There in Agina's cave.
Yeah, so Oneup hasn't done Kakariko yet. I'd imagine he's going there now. And he has Dark World access as soon as he picks up that Moon Pearl in the well.
Yeah, and he's getting his map check here, seeing the 2 pendants and the 5/6 crystal in the light world. And Megawatt giving us a hobo check here.
Now that Agina hammer was definitely a gamble because he went there before Kakariko. Megawatt is following those flippers as far as he can. May be a little while before he finds the hammer.
Yeah,
it's not a trek you normally go to very early.
Yeah, being that location, the only time I can really think he'd go that way is unless he finds the flute, where that ends up being his last light world check here. Looks like he's going to make his way here to the Zora area. Doesn't quite have enough for Zora, but he can at least check out the waterfall ferry as well as Zora Ledge. And 10 arrows and a big 20. And now Oneup here making his way into Kakariko. He's going to like what he sees here. And, oh, just the arrow of destiny there on the Zora ledge here. So hopefully we find the mirror relatively soon, and then we can do Catfish and King Zora at the same time.
Yeah, that's the only way you really head back up to Zora is if you can route Catfish in with it, just because you don't want to spend the time to go up there twice. But Megawatt just continuing to do some, high density plays. Next step would be Hyrule Castle for him. As we got that blue mail, soon to be red mail on Oneup's end, plus the boots, flippers, and Moon Pearl out of the well.
Yeah, this is kind of good routing for him. I mean, he didn't know at the time, but once he gets this Moon Pearl, won't have to go very far to hit that, hit the portal spot here on North Kakariko.
Yeah, and since most of your crystal dungeons are in the Dark World, and you don't have access to Hera just yet, I'd imagine we'll see a Village of Outcasts play, because you can clear Thieves Town with this loadout.
Yeah, which is always nice. You never really want to do Thieves Town without the hammer. Don't want to be leaving that big chest behind.
Yeah, definitely if you can help it.
And as nice as this season's been so far, I mean, I think we might get lucky enough to where we won't need to have that key.
Actually, so Oneup is going to be able to, as I kind of speculated earlier, do Magic Bat on his way back up here. He has a hammer, and he's going to get the powder off of Race Game.
Yeah, very true. I had completely forgot about that. Because the powder is down here in the Race Game, which is going to do that here in a second. Well, it looks like Megawatt down here at Zelda Cell. And he is saving and quitting.
Yeah, so he's not going towards the Dark Cross from the front. Maybe as soon as he finds those gloves in Saha's closet, he'll be going back to the back. And then we'll have to see if he goes to Dark Cross.
Yeah, that's exactly where Megawatt's going right now. He's going up here to Saha's closet. It'd be kind of interesting to see if he actually makes his way into Eastern Palace. 3 items. The only bad thing is, though, it is only a pendant. And the worst thing about it is, though, it's not the green pendant, which we find out green pendant is in Ice Palace. So there's all of our pendants that we know. The only thing we need left now is our other 5-6 crystal.
Yeah, so here we get a bat check. Always nice to get this out of the way. It may or may not disrupt your Smith chain routing if you have to do it later. So we'll see what we get in just a second. And as you speculated, Megawatt heading towards Eastern Palace. Without a bow, though, he may end up leaving one item near the end on Armos.
Yeah, with this setup right here, it's going to be kind of hard to tell where we can find that bow. I mean, that bow can literally be anywhere.
Yeah, pretty nearly. So here's what you had mentioned. He's not too far. Oneup is not too far from that Dark World portal up in the Lost Woods area.
And we find our compass here in front of Eastern Palace. And nice magic pick up there by bonking on that tree. And looks like he's going to go back straight to Skull Woods. And we find our other 5-6 crystal there at Misery Mire. Oh, speaking of bow.
Okay. So a lot of information in just a few seconds. We got that 5-6, like you mentioned. We're going to need, at least one of those medallions for Mire. Maybe it's Quake, maybe it's not. We did find that bow in the map chest. Ooh, tempered sword in Skull Woods. One thing I want to point out, our tracker, Drossi, has pointed out. If Megawatt comes across the lamp before he comes to the hammer in Agina's cave, that could bait him into Aghanim for Dark World access.
Yeah, very, very good point on that. Definitely be a bad thing if that does happen, does find that lamp. Now he's making his way back here into get the vanilla big key. You do find a map here in Skull Woods. So basically it comes down to a 50-50 shot here where our last item is going to be at.
Yeah, and he's going to just explore the rest of Skull Woods. So we do get access to one more item here in Eastern Palace. Got that big key, and gonna likely sequence break to go to Armos. Maybe get that last item.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's where that last item is at. And yep, that's exactly where he's going. Gonna go straight to the back here.
Yeah, so Skull Woods, even though Oneup didn't have a fire rod to complete it, perfectly valid play because most of these checks are available. A lot of runners kind of consider it almost an overworld check just because of the availability of them. But nothing really of value, and on to the rest of the Dark World.
Yeah, he only found the tempered sword, so we still do have one item there in the back, either underneath the bridge or it's on Mothula. And on Bumper Ledge, Bumper Ledge was the mirror. So we're going to need to find that cape.
Yeah, that's huge knowledge, because once you find the cape, you know exactly where you're going to head next.
So Megawatt does get a heart piece there on Armos Knights here. Gets his blue pendant. So other than that bow there in Eastern Palace, not much there.
Yeah, bow's nothing to sneeze at. Speaking of good items to find, there's the Titan's mitts here in the chest game. So we just got a wide open seed for Oneup.
Yeah, Yeah, Megawatt now. I'm going to go check the back escape. We'll find his Quake medallion.
Well, it depends on if he's going to do Dark Cross. And
Oh, yeah.
knowing that he has the map and the compass, he knows there's an item there. Yeah, he's going to do it. Okay.
And there's our big key. So in Thieves Town, so far we found 2 items and, oh wow, 3 items here in the front of Thieves Town. 2 heart pieces and a heart container.
And no small key yet. So you may be able to do this a little bit faster than maybe we anticipated at first, depending on where that key is. It logically could be locked in the big chest behind itself. So we'll just have to see what that last item is. Megawatt running out of things to do. I think he's making the play to desert.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's where he's going to go next. He's going to go check out Agena and find his hammer there. Yeah, that's exactly where he's going. So he's going to have his Dark World access here probably in about the next 20 seconds or so. Coming up here to the attic of Thieves Town. And there's the hammer on Megawatt's side. He is saving Queen. He's probably going to go up to Sanctuary. Or actually, no, probably go to Link's house. Yeah, he's going to check out Hype Cave.
Yeah, actually, he's been going for a lot of dense locations. So Hype Cave, as you mentioned, is one place to go. That's got 5 items. He's also got full access to Palace of Darkness with that bow. Only thing is, it is out of logic without a lamp, but I don't think that'll be too much of a problem for either of these runners.
And let's see, do we need to go to the big key chest? And yes, we do. Ooh, the ice rod.
All right, good early find. So you're not stuck later on. Also, a flute and a cape. There's your mirror access, too.
Wow, that was a very, very nice Hype Cave.
Yeah,
We'll need that ice rod.
So whatever Megawatt may have had in mind, be it pod or some more Dark World checks, first things first, let's activate the flute. And he may end up spending time in West Dark World instead of East or North Dark World, where he may have gone.
And doing a nice blind fight here, kept him on script here on Oneup side. That's his first crystal here, a little over 22 minutes. And that is 3 heart pieces and a heart container here in Thieves Town. Just nothing but a whole bunch of love, which is actually kind of nice here. Being 22 minutes in, we do have 8 hearts. Granted, neither one of our runners probably need to find any more since they both do have that red mail.
Yeah, red mail, 8 hearts, and we know that there's a tempered sword available. You know, this has a lot of possibility to be a fairly fast seed unless there's something that kind of out of the way and runners don't quite find. It looks like maybe a smith chain check starting with hammer pegs for Oneup.
Just another heart piece here. Hopefully he does not forget the brewery. He did not check that a little bit earlier. And yep, there he goes. Now he's going to the brewery. While Megawatt, he does find his tempered sword. And just $50 there in the brewery. So pretty healthy here, getting a lot of the big chunks here on money. Grant, we're still about 100 200 rupees here, depending on who your runner is, to make Zora if we want to go there. While Megawatt finding out the mirror is there, and he's going straight for it.
Yeah, very fortunate Kate pickup before he went to Bumper Ledge. And Oneup going to have to go to Hype Cave in order to get that. There's the 300 rupees you were just alluding to for Zora money.
Yeah, a very quick dig game, too. Just 600 digs. Or not 600 digs, 6 digs. Oh, my God, that'd be a lot of digs for
600 digs. No, thank you. I think I'm going to dip out of this one.
Yeah, I think I would as well. Second glove, that was in...
That was chest game.
Yeah, chest game. And getting a graveyard ledge check here on Megawatt's side here, putting quick use of that mirror. Get a red boomerang here from Stumpy.
Well, this was very fortunate placement for the mirror in general, because you can do all of those North Darkfold checks, and if he finds enough money, he may end up going to Catfish and then Zora. Right now, we're probably going to see a King's Tune play, but have to see what he does decide after that.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, he does have the flipper, so he can't do the Houlihan setup over just east of where he's at, but he could do it there going into the Bag of Escape, but he doesn't need to do that now because he just did find 300 rupees, while Oneup getting the Hype Cave stash there of the Ice Rod, the Flute, and the Cape. And looks like no, Megawatt not going to go check out Catfish and Zora. He's going to make his way back here now to the Thieves Town area.
And actually, I totally understand why. He's got full access to Thieves Town and then even Pod. So if you got a chance to clear a dungeon, you're going to clear dungeons before Overworld, right? Especially 2 out-of-the-way checks like Catfish and Zora.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just 50 rupees there on the pyramid. And Oneup, he does save and quit now. Probably now going to finish up the Jeremiah World Tour here.
Here's the mitts that Megawatt comes across in the chess game.
And Oneup here going to check King's Tomb. Going to get some more rupees here.
Even though these runners have both taken quite different paths, they're both kind of running into things at the right time. We saw the Cape to Mirror combo on Megawatt's end. We see the Smith chain into Flute on Oneup's end. This is kind of interesting how both routes are just kind of panning out for these runners.
Yeah, it's amazing too that how literally different their routes have been, and here we are almost 28 minutes and they've pretty much checked everything what the other person has already checked. Well, Oneup did try to take the Smith there into Lumberjack, but he says can't go that way. I believe that's one of the few caves, if I remember right, unless it has an exit, I don't think you can take certain Lumberjacks anywhere. I need confirmation on that, why that happens. Like Jurassic actually asked the question, so maybe we'll see an answer.
That is a good question. I don't have an answer to that, but yeah, you can enter Hype Cave with the Lumberjack, or I'm sorry, with the Smith rather. You can't enter Lumberjack with the Smith. I'm sure there's plenty more, idiosyncrasies among these caves and followers.
So what does the Smith return have for us today? Ooh, the lamp.
All right. You know, it's very fortunate for Megawatt that that's where it is and not somewhere earlier. He could have wound up in a much different spot than he is. But that's goodbye to dark rooms, and with that, this is with the cape. This is probably the play to the mirror.
Which would make absolute sense, because he's probably going to come back here and pick up the purple chest, and then probably pick up K45 while he's doing it.
Right, haven't seen that yet. Megawatt had the mirror, but did North Dark World instead of South Dark World.
So Megawatt did pick up the maiden, found all of his heart pieces and heart containers. Now going to come up here and take on Blind for his first crystal of the matchup, while Oneup finally does pick up his mirror here on Bumper Ledge. And now he's going to go see what's on, what's up here on Lumberjack. Nice fight there on Megawatt's side, taking down Blind, while Oneup finally does see his 10 arrows there on Lumberjack. And I would think from here he's going to go finish up his Smith turn-in. Going to go check out the purple chest. Nope, he's turned me into a fibber. That is not where he is going. Maybe Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, it's going to be Graveyard Ledge. He's not done any of the flipper checks, so would be very prudent to do Catfish, Zora, Waterfall for him.
And looks like Megawatt now going to do his dig game, Smith checks. Going to do it a little bit quicker than what Oneup did, because since he already had the mirror.
I mean, he had 600 digs, so.
Yeah, sure. He had 600 digs. Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so he is heading over to the east side. This is going to be possibly Catfish, possibly Pod, depending on if he goes east or south.
Yeah, definitely a good call. Because I mean, we did not get to check out Zora a little bit earlier. We did see what was on the ledge. We did not get to see what was in Zora himself. Neither runner was even close to having Zora money here at the time. And let's see here. What does Catfish have for us today? Anything important? And, oh, nope, just 50 rupees.
Yeah, these runners have all the money they need to do Zora, enter Pod, buy a potion or two.
And now Megawatt turning his Smith here, gonna get his lamp. So if you're Megawatt here, you just completed Thieves Town. He's going to do his Smith check here. Would he continue that around, go into finish up Pod, or go do Pod? Oh.
Well, there's your answer on Zora. Minus 480 rupees total. Catfish was a bit nicer, given 50 rupees for nothing.
Yeah, that he was. So Oneup here, where is he going? Is he going to go up? Yes, he's going up the mountain here. And with the mitts, he can do almost everything. Can't do the tablet or hookshot cave unless he can hover. But I don't know if he can do that or not. He does skip Old Man. Chat did point that out. Or no, our tracker pointed that out. And on Spec Rock, just $20. And same thing inside of it. While K45 has what for us? Oh, just a single green rupee. So far, Smith return here not panning out too well.
So yeah, you do mention that most of the mountain is in lot is available, right? Light and dark world and minus a few checks. There are so many treasures up here that it's possible you could find a hook shot or something necessary. You might find a cane even to get a little bit into Turtle Rock. That'd be an interesting play.
Yeah, that it would. Found our first bottle there in the basement of Tower Hera. Unfortunately, we do find the key, the small key. Blue chest, purple chest only gives us $20.
And we need to do the basement. No big key. Do have that lamp. Thankfully, we did come across that before coming up the mountain.
Yeah, it looks like Megawatt now going to make his way into the pod area here. Oh, Oneup just missed with that fire rod there for the coffee break, so needs to be careful here. Just 2 hearts remaining. I mean, if worse comes to worse, he does have the cape here, so he could use that if he wants to, but doing a very nice job here of slicing down the flying tiles here.
Yeah, this is just about patience. If you don't quite get on the tile or on that peg, just so that you can, stab at those flying tiles, makes it through and gets that big key to progress into Tower of Hera. I am very interested in this pod play. So we have a bow, so we can complete it. And it is bow locked, so we do have to go to the right side.
Now finding that big key right away here in the Palace of Darkness. Still always going to find 4 small keys here in the front, so 1 more item here in the front. Do find the compass here. So down to a 50-50 chance here in Tower Hera. And ooh, red cane, just like you had said, might find that.
So that makes things pretty interesting because we have an ice rod, but we don't have a fire rod. So we can't beat Turtle Rock, and we actually may be locked out of a significant portion of it, depending on how the key layout is. That's going to be a decision Oneup's going to have to make as he goes towards the east side of Death Mountain.
Now, he does have the hammer here. Will he go straight to the back? He did find the big key. He's got 2 small keys. And yeah, he's going to go straight to the back here. He's going to go take down King Helmosaur. Very interesting play. This seems to be a common play lately. If somebody has a big key and they got us at least 1 small key, it seems like lately that's what they do, is they will go straight to the back here on the left-hand side before finishing out the right hand in the back. And there is, down goes Moldorm there on Oneup side, just at 37 minutes. That's going to give him his 2nd crystal to match up here, his first 5/6 crystal.
So that cane that Oneup got also opens up Misery Mire, pending what the medallion is. Also opens up TR. We are really just a fire rod and a hook shot from no mode, possibly medallions.
Yeah, sounds about right. And what we got here? Going to Spiral Cave first. We did see just a big 20 there on the floating island. While Megawatt now making his way here, take on King Helmosaur.
Yeah, more big 20s.
Now, I'd like to ask this question, Lumaga. Are you a bomb guy or are you a hammer guy here on Moldorm? Or no, King Helmosaur?
Yeah, on Helmosaur, as a young preteen, I did do the bomb strat, but since I've been playing Randomizer, I only do hammer.
Yeah, I was a hammer kid when I grew up, and it's always kind of interesting. People always tell me that they read in Nintendo Power that they could beat King Helmet Sword with that. Ooh, find the mushroom. So we got ourselves a fetch quest already. That'll be our second one there after the powder. Just 10 bombs and more bombs there in the lower Paradox Cave.
Yeah, before he does anything with the fetch quest, we got to finish up Pod. We went straight to the boss and only found, you know, a couple of checks.
Oh, there's our second bottle, this time with a B in it. And another 20. Oh, Fire Rod.
All right. So that Fire Rod plus that cane he found in Hera, if Turtle Rock is Quake, I guess we're probably doing that.
Yeah, so right there, that was our third small key that we found here in the front of Pod here. So it's a 50-50 shot if we got a Pod here. No, we have the map here, so we do know that the vanilla big key chest will be a small key, so no point in Megawatt going to go pick up that small key. And Super Bunny Cave, what do we have here? Ooh, we get a shield. That's our second shield and 10 arrows.
Yep, first shield being up on the library. We're likely just gonna see a maximum of that fire shield today. No mirror shield.
And gonna go at least check here the first chest here in Hookshot Cave, and just a big 20. And I don't know if looks like he's gonna hover.
He's gonna try it. Here he goes. All right, excellent hover off the first one. You can do a bonk to the east or west, and then a bonk back over, and then one more hover. We'll do it for him.
So we did happen to find another blue bottle here in Pod. And 300 rupees. So in Pod, we managed to find our third bottle. We found our mushroom fetch quest. Did know that we did not have to go into Harmless Hellway because that was another key. Wow, Megawatt turning in that mushroom very quickly, and need either medallion for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so I guess all that's left to finish out here is Spike Cave, and then he's got plenty of options. He's got Pod, Mire, even he could dip the front of Swamp Palace. He does have the Fire Rod. He could do Skull Woods. A lot of interesting plays he could make.
Yeah, it looked like Junk was there for the mushroom check, while we're also getting a Spike Cave and a Sick Kid check. Sick Kid, just $5. While Spike Cave, what does that have for us today? Just a heart piece.
Actually, I mentioned Pod. He doesn't have a bow, so he can't finish it unless he comes across one. Can you remind me where that first bow was?
That first bow was in Eastern Palace. That was one of the very first items that we got, or it was in where the map usually is. And checking out here, I need Bombos. So there's our two medallions that we need. We need Bombos and we need Ether. So we need to find our two medallions going in, getting an old man check here on the mountain.
That's right. He skipped that on his way up, but should do it before he leaves just to get that safe point, if anything.
Looks like Megawatt here. He's going to go in the back way here into Desert Palace. Two items here. We already have the boots, so we have a fire source, so we don't have to worry about being blocked here. We can full clear Desert Palace. The only bad thing, though, it is another pendant. But at this point, there's still a lot of items that could possibly be on our pedestal. We've had a couple people in chat talk about it. I mean, I hate to say it, so I'm going to knock on wood here. I'm not wishing ill feelings toward our runners because they're doing such a great job so far here. 43 minutes into this race. And there's our big key.
Yeah, they've had quite a successful routing so far, both of them. Even though they've taken two separate paths, as we mentioned, for them to have to do all the dungeons and pull the pedestal, I'd say it's a minor inconvenience. I'm just excited to see how they execute and come together here at the end.
Just a big 20 here. You're going to check out the big chest. Getting a checkerboard cave check here on one upside. That was one that Megawatt did pass up. And what do we have here? A map. Ooh, there's our other bows. So there's our silver arrows.
Yeah, it's interesting. Megawatt more likely to get silvers than Oneup. Oneup may just skip Eastern Palace entirely.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, our last item's going to be on Landmos here on Desert Palace, and Megawatt going to go check out. Going to get his silver arrows here. He's going to be glad to see those. Now, granted, that was the first bow on one upside, but this is the silver arrows here on Megawatt side, since he did get that bow in Eastern Palace. But as you just said, he may not be going to Eastern. He may not go to Eastern Palace unless we have something there on the pedestal.
Yeah, we won't know that until we find a book, or it's the last thing we can do, and, well, you got to clear the pendant dungeons anyway.
Yeah, so the only thing that we're looking for right now, we do know Oneup, he does have the red cane. I'm pretty sure, with my experience on the tracker, I'm pretty sure that input probably got eaten up. So he does have the red cane, and that pretty much only puts us at just a medallion hunt here. So where are the medallions?
Well, let's not forget about the hook shot, because Swamp Palace is a pendant. Even though we've seen Oneup can hover, he's going to need that hook shot to get to the boss of Swamp.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see here if Oneup will finish Desert Palace for that one item. Megawatt did pick up the old man this time, just got his bombs, and now making his way up the mountain.
And also not going back for Landless.
Yeah, he's fluting straight out. It looks like he is possibly going to go. Yeah, he's going to go do the pod area. Megawatt here, going to check out Tower here. And you know what? Since we got time here, we're seeing checks we have already seen here with all the runners. If you have not already done so, please give a follow to both of our runners right there, Oneup and Megawatt. Doing a great job for us. Give a big follow to and a thank you to our tracker, Drosy, today. Give a follow here to my co-com, Lumaga. Doing a great job here with me in this race here. 47 minutes into this race. Kind of hard to believe everything we have not found that we need to finish this seat up. And Drosy did point out that we still do have an item in the back of Skull Woods. So that's two very interesting locations. Granted, Skull Woods is crystal pendant here, so they probably will get that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'd suspect that after we see the end of Palace of Darkness and Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain, we'll be fairly evened up. The only real difference would be silver arrows on Megawatt's end. But just as context for this match, the importance of it, as a reminder, Phendrana Drifters, Megawatt's team is up 2-0 versus Team Kappa, Oneup representing them today. So this is a win or go home for Oneup and Team Kappa in our game 3.
If I remember correctly, I remember one of our runners from last night in this same series saying that Team Kappa actually was the team last year that came down from 0-2. So it is possible to come back here from an 0-2 deficit in this series. And Megawatt now picking up his fire rod, picking up his third bottle here. Or no, that's his first bottle. First being a bottle there. But it's our third overall that we have seen.
Yeah, because Oneup does have a blue potion he did pick up.
Yeah, because we did find one there in the front basement of Tower Hera, one here in Paradox Cave, and the other one I believe was in Hookshot, or no.
It certainly wasn't in Hookshot. We saw
Tower
that
Hera,
was
Pod, and
it wasn't Spike Cave or Spiral Cave.
Upper Paradox Cave. So we did, yeah. There's our 3. And Megawatt, seeing that he needs the Ether Medallion to get into Turtle Rock, so the 1 medallion he has does not need. Be interesting to see. I don't know if Megawatt can hover, but we shall see here shortly.
Now, actually, we haven't seen that mushroom turn in yet, have we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did. Okay.
It was just 10 arrows.
Okay. So nothing of importance. That's probably why I just missed it.
No, right now when it comes to one-off locations, really not missing a whole lot here. Obviously we need check pad, but we can't do that without the book. We do need the shovel spot, but we don't have the shovel yet. Both tablets, Bombos and Ether. And I believe that's about it. And the Saha item for a green pennant. So those are basically our only items that we have left. At least when it comes off to the one-off locations that we have not, that us as an audience have not seen.
Yeah, and as a runner in this, you're just going to prioritize how can I clear these dungeons, these crystal dungeons, as quickly as possible. Ice might be looming in the back of your head, where that could lead to a hook shot. Ice could also be hook shot locked, logically, so it may not be a priority if that's the last thing you're looking for.
Yeah, if I remember correctly now, and I will need confirmation on it, if there is a key on Cold Stare, then it is logically cane locked, but if it's anything else, it is hook shot locked, if I remember correctly.
I can confirm the first part of what you said. Second part, I'll probably ask chat for that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I've heard that somewhere, but like I say, I'm not 100% correct. But I'm sure one of our fantastic runners will be more than happy to tell us. And Drossi is confirming Ice Palace key logic is very complicated. Yes, it is. So there's the big key here on Megawatt's side of Tower Hare. Gonna make his way up here to the top, take down Moldorm. Will eventually here pick up his blue potion as well as the red cane.
I mean, and he's already picked up the fire rod. So, as I suspected, once we can clear out most of these areas in Death Mountain and Palace of Darkness, these runners are almost dead even.
Yeah, I mean, really the only big difference between these two runners is Megawatt completing Eastern Palace. So, and there's the red cane on Megawatt's side, while Oneup he does take down here Moldorm, and going to be picking up his mushroom here. So at 52 minutes 35 seconds, there is the third crystal for Oneup and Team Kappa. Here just shortly here with Tempered Sword, 3 hits here with the sword, or 3 slashes, or a slash and a spin, just like he did, will take down Moldorm. So at just shy of 53 minutes here, gonna have his third crystal.
And here's an Eastern play for Oneup, which will give him silver arrows. Yet to be seen if he wants to go all the way to the back, but at least he won't be without a very powerful offensive weapon.
Yeah, and he's going to pick up his silvers here, not on this chest. It should be the next one. But it'll be quickly see if he finishes up Eastern Palace. So when Megawatt did check it up earlier, he did find a heart container and a heart piece. And Spike Cave, just a heart piece, and there is the silver arrows there on Oneup side. So if you are Megawatt here, where do you go? Do you maybe think Ice Palace, or would you possibly do Skull Woods?
So if I'm in these runners' positions, I'm thinking I can clear Skull. I can clear most of Swamp. Ice Palace. Ice Palace is kind of funny because it only has 3 chests, but it's quick. Swamp has 6 chests, but you may have to do left side. That's a real puzzler. I'd probably choose Swamp on that one.
Yeah, the great thing is we do have the hammer, so we can at least check the first half of Swamp Palace. Get a check out everybody's favorite left-hand side of Swamp Palace.
All right, so last item here in Skull Woods, as we've talked about, is somewhere in the back. It's fire rod locked. That's where Megawatt is headed to find that item and kill Mothula.
So it looks like Oneup. He's going to go check out the big chest here. Be interesting to see if he does finish Eastern Palace after finding, I believe it's his heart piece here.
No, this is a map in the big chest. So that last item is on Armos. And he's already come this far. I don't see him abandoning this right away.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going straight to the back. Oh, that's a very nice bunny sprite there on Megawatt's side.
All right, here's Mothula. We're loaded for bear with our red mail and tempered sword and half magic. This will be no problem as long as we can get Mothula away from the spikes for long enough to hit her. Oh, that was quick.
Very quick Mothula fight, and we have a compass. So got to go back in here underneath the bridge chest to find our last item. And a really quick fight here on Oneup side, other than that one arrow being missed, taking down Armos Knights, getting his blue pendant. So now we're evened up here. Well, actually, we were evened up here up until about a few seconds ago when Megawatt did get his 4th crystal of the matchup here.
Yep, and still looking for that last item, which is in the bridge chest. That'd be nice if this is the book. You could check out the pedestal, just bomb. So no progression here. Here's where you got to make some choices.
Yeah, gonna be some tough choices here. Front half of Swamp Palace, Ice Palace. Looks like he's gonna go to Ice Palace. So that answers that question.
Yeah, and it being a green pendant, you can almost consider it to have one more chest in it. Probably that is weighing it a little bit more than Swamp for both of these runners actually headed this way.
So Ice Palace, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, that's the thing about Ice Palace with the ice physics. You can kind of control it with either sword slashes or boots, as you saw Megawatt do.
And it looks like we are setting ourselves up here for an icebreaker glitch on both runner sides here. Megawatt hitting the switch, but it looks like Oneup he is not.
So if you're intending to full clear, you don't need to hit the switch. If you're going to go straight for the boss, hitting the switch is more beneficial.
Yeah, and I believe that is our third shield that we have seen this matchup here.
Indeed. Yep, last one is on the library.
All right, so one more item left here in Ice Palace. And right there it is. So there's our 3 items here in Ice Palace. So we can make our way straight to Cold Stare if we want to take him down. Unfortunately, for Oneup side, he's going to need that big key.
Yeah,
if he wants to go take down Cold Stare.
Yeah, so here's where that difference is. Megawatt can head straight to Cold Stare. Oneup has to search a few more chests in order to get to the back. And as our tracker is pointing out, this is really just a green pendant play now at this point. You better hope something's on it.
Okay, there's our big key in Ice Palace. Yeah, so not too bad at all. So the only thing we could possibly find here on Cold Stare is going to be a small key. So just to kind of think about it here, he's going to pick up his green pendant. There goes Cold Stare down, giving him his second pendant. How quickly do you possibly go to Desert Palace and go take Landmo down? Because there is one item there in Landmo.
Well, there's one item, plus there's the ped. And, you know, that's a huge gamble, especially when you're staring down a Swamp Palace with, you know, several checks in the front, where you got 1, 2, 4 checks in the front. Hookshot may be there as well.
Yeah, Megawatt going straight away to go turn in that Saha item. There's 2 down, and there's 3 eyeballs down of Cold Stare.
All right, Saha today. When you redeem the green pendant, you get just a heart piece.
All right, so desert or swamp, which way we going?
There's desert. You know, this is definitely quicker than possibly having to double dip Swamp Palace. So I would imagine that's why Megawatt is doing this first.
Yeah, Oneup here making his way here to Hobo, gonna get his heart piece. And that pretty much almost takes care of all of our one-off locations. I mean, unless we find a shovel somewhere. Or the shovel or the book.
So we've got an interesting conversation here from chat. Is with the way that Ice Palace was laid out, was it hookshot locked or was it not? And it just referring to what our tracker said earlier, Ice Palace logic is complicated, quote unquote. The big key was in Ice Tea room, so we got some in chat saying that it was not Ice Palace, or sorry, not hookshot locked.
Well, we found a key there on Cold Stare, but we did not find the other key. So I'm trying to get the small key was in the big chest. So and very quick Lamos fight with those silver arrows, 3 shots, and just getting our bombs. So time for a blind ped pull.
You're gonna do that before Swamp Palace. Because, you know, God forbid that you have hookshot on ped and you gamble swamp first.
Yeah, so we're gonna go. Is it gonna be hookshot? Is it gonna be a medallion? Is it gonna be a book or a shovel?
You know, that's right. I keep talking about hookshots. You did say medallions. We do need the other 2 that we don't have, and that will put us in a whole different direction.
So everything pretty much bottlenecked itself all the way to here. right, so get your guesses in, chat. What do we got here? Medallions, hookshot, shovel book.
Big money, no whammies.
And it is a heart
Oh my
container.
god. Okay, so Swamp Palace, I think, is your last place to go, right?
Yeah, Swamp Palace is the only other place we can get into right now because we've checked everything. Can't check Pyramid Ferry because we don't have our other 5-6. That's in Misery Mire. So we know it could be a medallion, could be in there, or at least our ether medallion could be in there. But that's really about it. So unfortunately, the pedestal was a red herring today, but we did need to go in Eastern Palace to get that bow. We did need to go into Ice Palace, or no, we didn't. We really didn't need to go in there. So
we didn't need to go into either. Actually, that the other bow was on Checkerboard Cave.
Checkerboard Cave, yeah. So at least we would have had our silvers, but neither one of these runners really needed to have it. And oh, we actually have a person in chat called the red herring. Did not know that. That's pure coincidence. Very nice.
So fortunately for both of these runners, they've both done about the same checks, and nobody, did a big gamble on Swamp Palace. That would, what we know now, that would have been a huge difference maker. But fortunately for them, this is very close. There's your Bombos medallion for Misery Mire, and Megawatt is headed straight there.
And Oneup now going into Desert Palace. He's going to go take care of his Lamos fight here. Going to get his last pendant. Unfortunately, this is not the right call here for Oneup going after this last pendant here, going into that pedestal. But then again, gambling Swamp Palace. Granted, we did have the hammer, so we could at least check out the first. Oh, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checks.
If you get the big key, then it's 5 checks.
And nobody really does like to double dip Swamp Palace, so.
Yeah, actually, with the position that Team Kappa is in, right? Oneup has been making plays that have been gambly enough, right? He did go into Eastern. He didn't have to do that. Went through Swamp. Probably about to pull the ped. Didn't need to do that. I guess the thing that would have really made a difference is if he just went to Swamp. But everyone has a certain tolerance for risk, and that is a risky play.
Ooh, we do have ourselves a Godmire setup here, with the big key there being on the bridge.
And yeah, Megawatt taking that straight to the back. Not going to worry about checks just yet here in Misery Mire.
Well, we did find one item. We did find a blue rupee here, so.
Okay. Yeah, so if there is one on Vitreous, then of course we're done.
And now here comes the blind ped pull here on Oneup side. Unfortunately, going to be disappointed when he finds that heart container. Looks like, Megawott had himself the spooky action glitch set up. Very nice to see that.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that he had it armed. How he went into the portal, and laid down the block, but does save him a little bit of time going through Dark Rooms of Mire. And here we go with Silver Arrows. This is not going to be a challenging fight whatsoever.
Now, going to be a very quick, vitreous fight here. 9 shots, 2 silver arrows, and we have a small key. So still looking here for one more item here in Misery Mire. And Oneup here going to possibly check purple chest, because I believe that he already checked. Yep, grabbing his purple chest. He did. I thought he did check Magic Bat earlier.
Yep, he did get the lamp off of Smith, and then Magic Bat. Maybe not in that exact order. Megawatt, I believe, did do the purple chest.
Yes, he did. Purple chest. Going to give us something very disappointing. Just a big red rupee there. So. He's doing the. I thought he did all this as well, but I guess he did not do the whole Cave 45 check as well. So.
Yeah, interesting. Both of our runners did North Dark World rather than South Dark World, and I guess that was just because of the location of the mirror up on Bumper Cave, which led them to do those checks first.
Yeah, Megawatt did get the mirror first when it came to both of these runners, so he just made him a little bit logical more sense when he picked up the Smith chain, because Oneup did not have the mirror yet, so. And can't check out Bombo's tablet. Do not have a book yet. Only thing that would have worried me about that is, had he mirrored out, he would have had to redo all of that purple chest all over again. So what do we have here in the cutscene chest? We have ourselves, just our map here.
All right, so we got our last item here on the east side of the dungeon, either in the map chest or the big chest. Or lobby chest. We didn't see that one.
Oneup here, going to make his way into Swamp Palace. Be interesting to see how far he goes, if he'll do the exact same thing Megawatt did when this second chest here, or technically the first chest, going to pick up his Bombos and nope out, or will he finish? Or at least finish the front half, unless the hookshot is in there.
Yeah, now finding hookshot and the Ether Medallion in Swamp Palace would be huge for Oneup. It would be a definite way to level the race. There's our second item, just an empty bottle.
Yeah, that's our 4th bottle that we have found. So back into Swamp Palace we go. So the question is here, will Oneup continue the front half, or will he nope out of here after he finds the Bombos medallion? There's the Bombos. What does he do? He is noping out. He's going to go do the exact same thing Megawatt did.
Yeah, these two runners are almost of one mind, right? They've made very similar gambles, made very similar dips and dives.
Megawatt going to go get the red bomb. I had completely forgotten that Misery Mire is was our second 5-6 crystals. So be interesting to see what we find here in Pyramid Fairy. And unfortunately, it has to go the long way around here since we did not take down Aga 1. So let's see if the game is going to be nice here, or is this going to lead us to a fetch quest? Hookshot.
It could be.
Ether is all we need.
It could be neither. I'm still thinking that Swamp Palace is your answer.
Oh, I guess Megawatt did not check out the pyramid. Unfortunately, it was just $50. So, Pyramid Fairy, what do you have for us today? Just a single rupee and, Ether Medallion. So, at least we got one. 1 of 2. So, that's our Turtle Rock access. Now, I just got to find that hookshot and we'll finally be in go mode.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to flute back up to the mountain. Perfectly understandable, because if that hook shot is there, you don't want to spend the time going through the front of a swamp just to come up empty, have to dive Turtle Rock anyway, and then come back to swamp.
Yeah. Very good call. Up he goes. Using the spin speed. Having to go the long way around the mountain to get into Turtle Rock here, so we do not have that hook shot.
So Oneup kind of did the same thing. Took the first chest and is going back to Vitreous, having found the blue rupee. Like I said, these runners are just doing very similar things. It was more of an early game decision that caused Megawatt to get several minutes ahead here at this point of the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, when we get here to Turtle Rock here, really not a big difference here between go mode, Turtle Rock, and clearing full clear Turtle Rock.
Yeah, going to be even slightly slower than a typical Turtle Rock, because you don't have a hook shot. You have to take the long way around the conveyor room on the right.
So there goes down Vitreous on Oneup side at 1:15:30 seconds here. Be interesting to see if he does the exact same thing with the big red bomb. Ooh, finding the big key right away in Turtle Rock. That is crystal number 5 for both runners. Yeah, Oneup going back inside.
If he finds that hook shot, if Megawatt finds that hook shot in the next few chests.
Megawatt went the wrong way. Too much muscle memory on that one.
Oh, indeed. Yep, no hook shot, so not able to kind of shortcut that conveyor. But I was saying, if he finds the hook shot in the next, 2 rooms, that big key in hand means does not have to do the lava chest. Without being in go mode, may still end up checking that.
Yeah, as deep as that chest is here, though, I mean, unless you're in go mode, I don't think I personally would want to skip that. And what do we have here? We've got a small key and another small key, so. And he mirrors on out. Gonna restart the dungeon here. And yep, looks like Oneup is gonna skip the cutscene chest for now, so that's gonna save him a little bit of time here. And ooh, Megawatt gets bumped back onto his little boat there, and unfortunately has to reset.
Yeah, Chain Chomp's just kind of blocking the shots here, not letting him get to that chest.
And wow, 3 small keys right away here in Turtle Rock. That's all we found. We found all keys, 3 small keys and the big key. Megawatt using one of his safeties here, give him a health refill.
So here's Oneup heading into the Dark World. Very possible to do Pyramid Fairy before he goes to Swamp. Pyramid Fairy does have the Ether Medallion, which is Turtle Rock access. And that's where he's going.
And what do we got here? We got, ooh, there's our hook shot. So that makes us, that's our go mode item right there. So 1 hour, 18 minutes, 20 seconds. Megawatt is in go mode there with that hook shot.
Yeah, excellent find. I know that Oneup is on his way to do that. neither one had to gamble Swamp Palace except to go into the first chest, the bomb wall, and get that Bombos medallion for minor access. Reading out the logic, this seed seems to have quite a few spheres to it.
Yeah, looks like he's going to take the door here. Gonna skip Mimic Room here. Unfortunately, does need to find one more small key to make it all the way through to Trinex here in Turtle Rock, and Oneup, yep, making his way up the mountain. So will it be here in Crystal Roller, or will it be on Laser Bridge? And it's on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, last key in its natural habitat on the last four. The last four chests here is, with his loadout, probably not likely to take that safety door at the end and just head straight for Trinex.
Yeah, he does have at least a blue potion, so if he does need it, he's got that safety. All right, so Laser Bridge gonna have 3 items and a key. So let's see here. There's a 20, or no, it's gonna have 2 items and a key. Oh, there's our compass.
Oh, he may want to take that safety door, or use a safety item. That's okay. There, our key is here on the bottom left.
Yep, and there's our last key. So Trinex gonna have our last item here of good old Turtle Rock. So didn't mean to do a full clear since we were in go mode, but had to do a full clear anyways. And Megawott being smart here, using his blue goo. And now to take on Trinex here.
And I love this fast strategy. Dash to the back and take down one head, take down the other head very quickly. All you're left with is Snakehead. That's going to take a few shots. And we'll have 6 crystals. Still need to do Swamp Palace after this.
And down goes Trinex here on Megawatt's side. That now gives him his 6 crystal at 121.50. And back down the mountain we go for Swamp Palace. Nice thing though about Swamp Palace is it's going to be a very, very quick dungeon. Don't really have to be picking up anything else. Well, I take it back. We do got to pick up the 1 key there on the left-hand side of the big chest to get to the back. But other than that, that's all we need.
Yep, just hook shot to the back. You could even throw in a diver down, save a little bit of time. And these runners aren't looking for anything. There's a few chests along the way. Maybe they could just swing by 1 or 2 of them for maybe a gold sword, but I don't even suspect they would do that. They just want to finish. Both of these runners are very accomplished, so you don't want to waste any time if you can help it.
Yeah, and here we go. Oneup here, getting ready to pick up his hook shot. Finally put himself in go mode. Nice. Looks like Bowser Jr. in a clown car.
Yeah, you were talking about good bunny sprites. That is an excellent bunny sprite.
So 123.12. Oneup is now in go mode. And my math's not perfect, but if I remember right, that's going to be close to about 5 minutes behind. So, or at least when it came to go. At least when it came to go mode, anyways.
Yeah, pretty close there. I think you mentioned 118 something.
mean, it's not insurmountable. A lot of it depends on gambles here in GT. Perhaps maybe a couple falls on the Ganon fight, but like I say, I'm not, no commentator's curse here, knock on wood while I can.
Yeah, there's still plenty of chance for this to narrow up in Ganon's tower. And it's literally a choice between left and right. So still don't count out Oneup. You know, he's still got a lot here to play. And speaking of playing, as soon as we get this last crystal, man, I think we got a game coming up.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty quick time to get up there. Yeah, 22 chests down in the basement of GT 1 through 22. Our big key is going to be somewhere in that. And we're going to be putting in our guesses. Don't put them in just yet. Let's wait until we get at least the crystal first.
Yeah, there's those checks that are right in front of you. And if something valuable like the fourth sword is there, you know, that's a great bonus. If not, no real time lost.
And skip the waterfall chest. Even though it's on his way, but there can't be really anything important on that.
All right, Oneup just about to grab his last key. Head to Trinex. As we get the Argus fight from Megawott. Quick pull of the puffs and swings of Tempered Sword will take down these no problem.
And there's his last puff. Now just a silver arrow here to Argus. And that right there, crystal number 7, 125.47. Gives him his last item, just a big old compass there. So after we leave the dungeon here, we'll get our game started, but don't be putting your numbers in yet. And
I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start this game.
Yeah, I started. What is your number, sir? What are you going to be choosing?
Me personally, 9. You know, just it could be left side, it could be right side, but it's not too deep in the dungeon. And how about you?
I like to see number 14. I like it to be in the rando room.
Yep, if you take a typical routing, that would land you in the rando room at chest number 14. We're just a minute or two from seeing where that one is, as Megawatt heading up Death Mountain. Going to take the Turtle Rock entrance. I believe the Super Bunny cave is very, very slightly faster, but no big deal here. He is a dungeon ahead.
Yeah, this is your last chance right here, up until he gets in through the door of Ganon's tower here. Will be your last chance. Seeing a lot of guesses in there, which is great to see. More guesses we get in, the more internet points you win. And I'm going to be a little mean. If you win, you got to take it up with our tracker, Drossi. He'll give you your prize. You have to go see him in person at GDQ to win your prize. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, as soon as Megawatt enters the tower, stop the game. As we start counting down.
There you go, 33 guesses here, so 127.56. When he goes in here, let's see, what do we got here? Check number 1, just a heart container. Chest number 2, a small key. And we're going to continue going right.
Yeah, that small key opens it up. Anything else, you'd be forced to go left.
And we got here. Here's 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Very nice kick.
3 is our compass. 4 is our heart piece. Number 5 is our big key. So there's our winner, number 5. So our winner, holy smoke, 86.
He's not getting a small key before he goes up there.
Oh yeah, hopefully he's gonna find at least one more key on his way up here. Ooh, that's a big gamble.
Yeah, he's really gonna have to find it in the mini helmet room, those 2 chests there, or the pre-mold arm chest. Otherwise, he's gonna have to climb back up. Now there was a key both on the left side he could have gone and gotten very quickly, or if he continued through that portal after finding the big key, there's a small key there.
A nice little diver down there on Oneup side. Skipping those flooded chests here, skipping the waterfall chest. Gonna go take on Argus.
And let's see if Megawott, at some point in this climb up the gauntlet, realizes does not have a key. If he gets all the way to the end, he's going to be checking those 3 chests, hoping to get bailed out. Otherwise, this turns into a very good race.
Yeah, now here we are. We're on the gauntlet side here, on Megawatt's side here. In the very last room, making gauntlet look easy. 1 silver arrow, down goes Argus, now Oneup. All he's got to do now is make his way up the mountain here for GT.
And pulling out that red cane for some very satisfying quick kills of the Wizrobes. Part 1, Part 2, stay tuned for the sequel.
And if you blink, you miss it. There it goes. All right, so moment of truth is coming up here for Megawatt. Are we going to find a key in one of these 3 chests that are up here? If not, he's going to have to go all the way down to the bottom. Want to thank the people that are coming from Tyrannus's raid here, 7 people. Thanks for coming and joining us here. All right, so we got a key there, 20 rupees, 300 rupees. Uh-oh, down to 1 more chest here.
Yep, that mini helmet store always has a small key, so it's up to this last chest before we have to climb the gauntlet again. And Oneup, heading into the Dark World, just going to be right on the heels of Megawatt at this point.
Oh, no! Oh, no, that was 10 arrows. That opens up the door a little bit here to Oneup. Oh, a key on the torch. Oh, my.
So here, does Oneup go right? If he goes right, he's got a very, this still remains a close race. If he does full left, then it's a problem.
Yeah, so that just opens the door back up here big time for Oneup here. As long as he goes straight right, let's see here. And, oh, he's going left. He's going to see.
No.
Uh-oh.
If he goes full left, he's not going to run across that big key, but he
Just
mirrored out. Okay.
All right, so he must be thinking, okay, big key right side, no point, and even attempting to go back for the left-hand side here. So he's going the right way here.
Yeah, so I was almost expecting him to go left to the Stalfos room at minimum before mirroring, but found a key, and I think that's enough to convince him to go right.
And there's the big key for one upside. He's got the other key that he needs, so now he's going right up. Oh my goodness, it's going to be interesting here.
Yeah, Megawatt's already gone through this, did it very well too. I don't suspect that he'll have any trouble second time around, but there's, this is not in a vacuum. There's an added pressure here of nerves. This is a race. This is the or the division finals for the Skull Wood, so a lot more riding on it than just a solo play or a casual play.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the difference here is between these two runners. Unfortunately, I did not get a time when they started the gauntlet here, but they did get a time here when we did finish Lambo 2. I mean, it was just under, again, 5 minutes by entering Ganon's Tower here, but that one little mistake there on Megawatt's side, I'm sure that easily cost him a couple minutes here.
Well, there's that mistake heading up the tower, but that was Road 2. A lot slower than his first time around. So, as I mentioned, it could be a little bit of, wondering, did that mistake cost me the race? And he's now in his own head. Because now we got the Oneup headed to Landmo 2 as Megawatt up to Moldorm 2. Still really close. Still things that can happen one way or another. Maybe a Moldorm fall. It's only got 4 hearts. I don't want to. Say anything that could curse this.
Yeah. So it went from a 4-minute 42-second GT entrance difference, and when that door opened up in Lambo 2, the difference was 1 minute and 15 seconds. So almost 2.5 minute difference is what that cost him. Wow. Or no, 3.5 minutes. Wow. All right, so here we are. We are now in Aga 2. There's 2 hits. 3 hits.
He took 2 hits himself. He's down to 2 hearts. Just gotta be a little careful.
Oh yeah, please be careful, Megawatt here. Don't want to. 3.
This is the absolute worst time for him to get hit.
Oh my goodness, there's 5. One more. No, there you go. There goes Aga 2. Oh my goodness. And down goes Moldorm 2.
So he can go straight into Ganon. Doesn't have any potions left. There is a fairy in the tree at the bottom of the pyramid he could grab just as a safety. I don't know what he's going to do here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes in and takes a quick death here and just restarts. No, looks like he's going to take it on with 1 heart here. So a 1-hit KO.
You got to go big. If you're gonna do this, do what you can do.
Well, now we are on phase 2 here. On Megawatt's side here, looks like he got all his hits here. So time to go into phase 3, using his cape to get past all those magic bats.
Yeah, the biggest thing he's got to worry about is maybe missing a hit on phase 3, where the bats would spawn.
Now there's hit number 3, 138.03. So just a little over a minute difference between the 2 runners here. Megawatt, there you go. Oh no, silver's my one true weakness. There's 1. There's 2 hits. There's 3. 1 more. And there's number 4. Oh, Megawatt, as long as he crosses this very dangerous 1x3 bridge here, he is going to take his team to the conference finals. And Megawatt, he does it with an official time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 39 seconds. Holy cow. What an
GG's.
ending to a race. Yeah, throw your GGs into chat there. Oh, man. What a race here at the very end. My goodness.
All right, let's see Oneup finish up here, and we'll try and get Megawatt and Oneup to talk about this race and the series as a whole, as the Fendrana Drifters take the series 3-0, headed into the conference finals. I think one more hit will do it, and that's it. Cannon's exploding. Oneup is just got to cross that 1x3 bridge himself. Go ahead, get your GGs in chat for Oneup and Team Kappa. Oneup finishing with a time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, 41 seconds. GGs. And we are joined by Megawatt. GG Megawatt.
Thank you.
Wow. What were your thoughts there at the very end after you realized that you didn't have an extra small key?
Well, I already thought I lost before that, and then after that, I thought there was just no chance. I wasted so much time doing unnecessary garbage, and then after PED, my execution took a nosedive, like all the way through TR and Swamp, and a bit in GT as well. And then forgetting the small key was like, okay, yeah, just finish so I can forfeit, please. Oneup.
Oneup is now joining us here in the chat. GG's Oneup.
Thanks, GG's.
GG's Oneup.
Yeah, GG's.
That was a seed.
Yeah.
Definitely a seed. Sorry, go ahead.
I just said, yeah, that sure was.
Yeah,
actually looking at it, I didn't take notes or anything, but it just felt like there were a lot of spheres to that, right? One item leading to the next, especially when you found Bamos and Swamp to Meyer, and then you found Ether Ether was in the Pyramid Fairy up to TR, which had the hook shot. Huge progression to get there. And in fact, both of you did about the same checks through the whole seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely really crazy here, especially when it came down looking for that Ether medallion. Megawatt, you were the first one to actually go in to Swamp Palace, picked up that Bombos, and then you noped out. But the probably the big difference to start out the game was you went into Eastern Palace. You finished that right away, while Oneup was kind of doing some overworld checks here. And then it just kind of went from there. At one point prior to you going into GT, had a huge lead. And then, like I say, unfortunately, that one small mistake by forgetting that one small key really put us on the edge of our chair.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was completely frazzled by that point. I was convinced I had no chance of winning, so I wasn't, I guess, paying as close of attention as I should have been. And so that just slipped right past me.
Yeah, I feel you there. Like, my execution definitely went downhill as well. Like, as soon as you pull PED blind and, like, you see nothing there, like,
yeah,
you're killed at that point because you're like, there's no way I could possibly win this thing now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it wasn't just like, okay, I grabbed an extra pendant that I didn't need to grab. It's like, okay, I full cleared 3 pendant dungeons. I had absolutely no progression in any single one of the pendant dungeons. Like, I could have avoided them altogether. And
so the thing I think that was a bit different then is like, so I had that same feeling for like Ice and Desert. Like, wow, these are completely empty. Or at least after Ice, like, wow, this is completely empty. I guess I'm just going to do Desert since that's an item. Since I've already got 2 pendants, and then go pull PED. And then, but actually, since I did Eastern so early, got my bow, for a while I was feeling pretty good about that. It's like, okay, since the hammer was in Nagina's cave, there's a decent chance Oneup's going to get that before he goes to Eastern. So if the other bow just doesn't show up outside of GT, then I might actually benefit from that play, even though I full cleared it. And then it was just the other one was just in Checkerboard Cave, and then that's when the sinking feeling just hit.
Yeah,
Oof.
Oneup, he actually got the hammer first because he did that right away. That was one of the first checks that he did. Because neither one of you went into Kakariko right away. You both kind of went your own way. But Oneup, he went to Agena, got his hammer, and that was about the same time. A little bit after that, it's when you went to Eastern, got your bow. And then one of the big differences early in the game as well was your routing for the mirror. Because of you getting that mirror, that allowed you to do the Smith chain and everything in there. And that was one of the very last things that Oneup checked as well. I mean, granted, Smith chain really didn't give you anything except for your lamp and then the red boomerang at Stumpy. But Hype Cave, though, being Ice Rod, Flute, and Cape, I mean, that was your really big area throughout the entire sequence there of the Smith chain.
Right. Yeah, I felt pretty good, I guess, getting the flute immediately out of Hype Cave, but then I felt even better when I found the mirror on Bumper Ledge. It's like, okay, this is working out pretty decently for my route. I may have last located my Dark World access sans Zora, but I feel like I can probably make up time on this if he doesn't start here.
Yeah, I felt I had kind of galaxy brained a little bit, picking up that early
Yeah.
glove and hammer before going to CAC. And then, yeah, I got the Moon Pearl there, and it's like, well, I've got everything for Dark World now. Usually I prefer to start at Hype Cave, but since I'm there in CAC already, like, you kind of feel like you have to start there at that point.
I think that's part of what helped me make the decision, honestly, was having that bow from Eastern early. I figured I may as well start Hype Cave and try to see if I can snag like either Bombos Medallion or Lamp or Fire Rod or something, so I could just rush right over to Palace of Darkness, because I figured like I may as well chase this bow I found early, see if I could get any kind of advantage out of it. So that's what sent me straight to Hype Cave first, and I got some really nice stuff there. Ended up benefiting me in a completely different way. So I guess that did come from my early Eastern play after all.
Yeah, thankfully I had checked Bumper Ledge with Skullwood, so once I did make it to Hype Cave, like as soon as I saw that cape, I knew I had access to that mirror. So that helped that I didn't like end up putting it off for a long time. But yeah, there was still a bit of awkward back and forth picking everything up at that point.
So here we are, finishing up the division finals here. Megawatt and his team of Phendrana Drifters with his teammates of Frostbite and Jet 082. You guys will be continuing on with your opponent yet to be determined. Team Kappa here with Oneup and his teammates Fear Agent and Gamachu. Unfortunately, your season here comes to an end. Any thoughts on this tournament, the playoffs?
Yeah, we were hoping to, maybe have a repeat run from last year, or, kind of maybe, I don't know, maybe even improve from last time and actually win the whole thing. Like, there's always high hopes at the beginning. But we still made it to the conference finals. That's no small feat. So, yeah, we're pretty proud about that. Obviously we would have hoped for things to, gone a little differently, but, Phendrana Drifters, like all three of these guys are really good runners, and we knew it was going to be a real tall order to figure out a way to get past them. So congrats to you guys, and hope to see you guys continue on and do well.
Yeah, thank you very much. And of course, you guys are three excellent runners as well. I'm honestly shocked that we were able to get away with a 3-0 sweep in this set. Like, I feel like we may have stolen your guys' clover, so to speak. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for all three of you guys. And GG's, and good luck in Season 4.
Yeah, thanks, GG's.
Yeah, and speaking of that, with Phendrana Drifters here with the 3-0 win, making their way here to conference finals. They're going to play the winner of WJPD TB versus Shaq Cool's digging game. WJPD TB currently has a 2-1 lead. Megawatt, do you have a preference of either team you play there? Or you just
both teams. Both teams look pretty terrifying. So whichever one's gonna let me play Key Sanity in Game 4.
Well, they do play their Game 4 tomorrow, 6:10. Yet to be determined what channel that is going to be on, but Willard J. Bradley versus Aussie 101. And there's still some action on the Open League, right? Let's just not forget about that. They have still some games to finish out. Be sure to check the schedule for full details.
Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to pull that up, so I can tell you here in a second. Yeah, we got one game for tomorrow in the Open League, New High Roll Order versus Boomer Friendly. And then there's 3 games set for Thursday. The tomorrow game for the Open League is at 7 o'clock, and then Thursday at 12, 2, and 6. If you want to find that information of who's playing who, that is on the league channel, ALTTPR league.com. Gentlemen, Oneup, Megawatt, you guys got any final things you want to say here before we close her out?
Yeah, I guess GG's again. Thanks to you guys for the comms and the tracking and the restream and everything. Yeah, you know, this is kind of the end for us. Yeah, I'm excited to see how Findron and Drifters do.
All right, so with that said here, again, thanks to both our runners, thanks to both of our teams. Thank you to Team Kappa and their great season. Please give a follow to both these runners. Please give a follow to their teammates as well here. Findron and Drifters, you got Megawatt, Frostbite 3030, Jet 82. For Team Kappa, you have Oneup, Fear Agent, and Gamma Tube. Give them a follow. All 6 of these runners have done such an amazing job here during this season and this tournament. I know I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to thank our people in the back. I want to thank our tracker, Drossi. Please give him a follow. He does a lot here, does a lot of great things here, keeping everybody in line, especially us here as commentators here before the race. Please give Lumaga, my co-com, a follow for keeping me in line here and having a great race common with these two. Any final comments, Lumaga?
I think you've just about said it all. I am looking forward to the rest of round 2 into the conference finals, and then seeing who's crowned champion in a few weeks.
Yeah, going to be great. Division finals will finish up this week. Then we have next week, we'll start our conference finals. We'll have 2 weeks to get through all those. And then after that, we got our conference finals. So I want to say thank you for joining us here tonight for this great race here between Team Kappa and Findrana Drifters. Please take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, be safe, and have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bandman 25. Good night.